What's up, folks? It's me, Sonny T, back at you with another podcast for marketers. Exclusive. Like I said, I made myself accountable. I'm going to have to fix that fucking podcast shit before the end of the week. Funnelhackerpro.com. That's my Facebook group. Come join me over there. Stealthy Millionaire on Instagram. YouTube, podcast for marketers. Billionaire Vids with an S. Billionaire Vid without the S on Twitter. That's Snapchat. Podcastformarketers.com for the free MP3 player. You got to pay for your fucking shipping. And I have a kick-ass social media marketing agency course, kicking the Tyler Lopez's course right in the fucking old britches there. All right? Smash. Man, hit that thumbs up, man. That shit gives me so much motivation. And make sure you guys comment, man. Comment below. I've been loving the comments, man. I love some of the motivational shit that I've been seeing over this little series today. It's been great. Fucking subscribe to this channel, man. Hit that fucking button, man. You can always uncheck it if you want to. Boom. I do these videos every day, man. I love to see you guys subscribe. To be honest with you, it doesn't give me like any extra money when you do, right? So today, man, we're going to, look at that whiteboard. You guys voted for the black. All right, so today we're going to talk about the rest of the series, right? It's Real Talk Tuesday. Well, I don't have no shit to talk today, right? Usually I'm talking shit on Real Talk Tuesday. But I wanted to finish my series. So in the beginning of the series, is this for your social media? Yes. You can have this. You can use this for your social media marketing agency. I told you, basically be yourself times. So be you times, you guys see that? Be you times 100, right? That's, to be yourself. That's the number one thing that you can do, man, is be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Hello, folks. This is Sonny T, and I'm coming at you today. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, that's bullshit, right? Don't do that. You don't have to try to sound like anything other than who you are and what you are. Because if you're not Ivy League educated and you don't want to talk in fucking 15-syllable, words, does not mean you don't understand your job and the functions of your job. And what's more important is that you understand what you're doing. And that's what they want to know. They don't want to know that you're super smart. Because there's nothing worse on the planet, and I tell my wife this all the time, than a smart dumbass. It's nothing worse than that, and I meet them all the time. They are so smart, but they are just dumbasses. They don't have a fucking clue, but they're so smart. They're smarter than me, but, whatever. Be yourself times 100. The next thing we talked about was how to, get your first client, and that's the, sit down method, right? Get in people's faces. There's a guy that left a comment, and he said that he was sitting at Starbucks talking to somebody about their consultancy business, and somebody overheard him, and this is how it always happens. People are ear hustling all the time, right? And, somebody overheard him mention Russell Brunson. The guy turned around and happened to do some work with Russell Brunson. Boom, connection. Networking is where it's at, man. Now, I can tell you right now that I am digging in to affiliate marketing deep, right? Like I give you guys how to make some money on the laptop lifestyle. And it's kind of like the, how Cry Lopez was like, yo, you can make, $5,000 or $10,000 a month or whatever, or $3,000 a month with this. But I'm really digging in. I'm talking like, these a year with affiliate marketing right now, right? This is what I'm trying to do right now. This is what I am doing, right? You notice how I just like positive talk right there myself, right? I'm trying to do anything. This is what I'm doing. So I'm digging in, right? To be a super affiliate. And what they always mention on anything that you ever watch or listen to is go to the networking events. It's really important that you go to your networking events to take your business to the next level. And everybody I've ever talked to about or listened to about affiliate marketing is the number one thing they say. And that's with any business. Going to these conferences, man, I used to think it was cornball. You know, I'm not going to fucking conferences or, you see people wearing the badges in Las Vegas, you be out there partying for the weekend and you see these guys with pocket protectors. You're, hey, what's going on, Jim? And they're walking around and they got their badges on. Hey, I'm Marty, right? And look at these cornball dudes, But those are the dudes that are millionaires. Marty was a millionaire. And I didn't know it, So go to those events, man. Sit down. Somebody else said something really slick, and I like that. He was like, go to church. I was like, wow. And he's right. The church dudes, Russell Brunson is a Mormon. The church dudes hustle, man. And you're meeting them in, well, that's their arena. If they're really church-going dudes, and there's a trust factor there because you're at church with them, right? So, I'm not saying going to church, looking for work, but the church community is about networking with Christians, though. They are really all about that. Even though I remember this one guy said that anytime that he saw this, you guys remember this agape sign or whatever? What was it? It's like a cross like that. He's like, anytime he saw that on a check, it would always bounce. He's like, he hated that. He hated that sign, right? And but anyways, I'll never forget that. That's that old mind framing thing. And so I tell you about before. I'm gonna play that video for you guys about mind framing, about how you frame the. I heard that when I was younger about that agape sign, and never forgot it. Christians are always gonna bounce a check on you. But anyway, so I tell you to sit down and go network. Now, the biggest thing of all of this, now that you've learned how to get the client, how to pitch the client, you're going to get your pitch together. I told you how to pre-sell them over the series, but today is it. This is the big question. How do you close them, right? This is a big question for you guys. How do you close them? You're not going to like my answer. Because for me, closing is easy. Okay? It's pie. And you want to know why it's pie. Because I know you've heard this a million times. What does that mean? Anybody in the gallery? Can you tell me what that means? Always be closing. Now, of course you didn't know what that word. You're the salesman in the family. I am. All right. So now, it's so cliche, right? That everybody looks over it. It's what I've said before in all of my videos before, that when you hear cliche shit, because people have said, like Gary Vee, you need to hustle. You need to hustle. I hate that Gary Vee's done that, right? Why? Because now everybody's going to, when you put hustle up, hustle, everybody's going to look over it. Everybody says that. Everybody says. There's a guy that does videos over the top of my videos. And he says, what my advice to my first million? I don't want to tell you what everybody else has told you, like work hard and this and that, right? Why you don't want to tell you that? Because it's so cliche and everybody looks over the cliche shit, but I don't want you to look over it. It's cliche for a reason. Always be closing. This is the most important advice that you'll ever get about closing a deal. You need to constantly close the deal, right? And you need to demand the close of the deal. You don't ask for it. You close it, right? And the biggest thing and the best thing that you could do is ask the hard question. You're going to run away from closing. You're scared, right? Because you know people don't want to be sold, but you don't do that. You take it head on. So you have the pitch, right? And, you're pitching and, you find out, first of all, we've already asked the questions. We found out exactly what it is they need. We've given them the presentation. They've been nodding their head the whole time. They like your energy, right? I had two people tell me that today. One person I was pitching and the other person was pitching me, actually. And Actually, I was pitching both people, right? One of them was an affiliate manager, the one I told you that I'm doing the big $1 million marketing, and they don't just accept everybody on the network, and I had to pitch him. And he's like, man, I really like your energy. The next one was somebody I was pitching for coaching, and she was like, man, I really like your energy, right? So I think that's a big thing that you need to do. You need to have that energy there. You got to light up the fucking room. And that's something I can't tell you to do. It's being yourself times 100, because I'm being myself right now, but I'm times 100, man. I'm really bringing this fucking energy. I want you to feel it through the microphone, right? So when you're pitching somebody, if you've done your job right, they're feeling your energy. They like what you got going on. They're nodding their head yes. And this is where everybody fizzles. Womp, womp, womp. Everybody fizzles. At the end, don't fizzle out. You have to finish them. You remember that fucking, you remember that game? Oh, you get finish them, right? Remember that game, right? Finish them off, right? You have to finish them. You have to become a shark in the water, and you have to close the deal. And sometimes I'm just going to push the document over. Okay, man, so when you sign, that's exactly how I'm going to do it. So the first payment is $1,000. Now, would you be paying that with your credit card, or do you want to pay cash? Or, I would prefer if you gave me just a bank wire directly. Can you do an ACH right now over the phone? Is your bank, what bank do you bank with? I'm with B of A. Oh, that's perfect. That's who I'm with. We can just do a transfer right now. Now, are you going to go ahead and pay a payment of $1,000 a month, or are you going to go ahead and book up 6 months straight? I would suggest you go ahead and get me $6,000 up front. That way, you'll have 6 months of my services paid up, and you can actually see the results, right? The $1,000 is cool, but I would prefer that you stayed on for a year, because I really want to make change. I'm already talking about they've signed. It's done. Well, and as soon as I hear, man, you can see it in their face. And you know what's going to happen to you is, men, your nuts are going to go right up in your stomach. And with women, your tits are going to just shrivel up. And everything is just going to, you're just going to get scared. You're going to feel that bubble gut. You're going to feel them backing away from their deal. You're like, no, don't do it, right? As soon as you feel bubble gut, let it fly out of your mouth. What do we need to do today? To get this done? You should already be talking to the decision maker, okay? If you are not talking to the decision maker, you've wasted your entire time. The question of whether they can make a decision should have came 3 days ago. All right, so if you're there, I need to talk to my partner. That question has already been answered. All of the decision makers are here. So, hey, guys, what do we need to do? What do I need to say? What do you need to hear? What do I need to do to get this done today? I know, and tell them, I know you like the program. I know you like what I have. You need what I have. You know you want it, but I can see it in your face before you even say anything. Don't even let them say anything. What do we need to get it done today? What's your concerns? It's another one. What are you concerned about? Right? If you know your prospect, you're going to say something about it, right? If you've done your research, if you think like a fish, like I've taught you in my course, if you've done that already, and you know your prospect, you're going to say, how many patients do you think you need? What does a patient cost? Then you're going to start busting his mouth wide open with numbers, right? So he's going to tell you, well, on average, I get $13,000 per patient. Well, man, come on, dude. 13 grand? So you mean to tell me if I bring you 2 patients, right, I win the day. I win the day right then, right? I can get you 2 patients right now, man. Come on. We're talking peanuts. You want 2 patients, man? You can if you want that $26,000 today, or do you want it next week? But you're talking about $1,000, man. And I'm going to probably get you somewhere in the area of 30 patients in a month, in the next month, in the next 2 months, or whatever you can get them. Don't lie. right? But whatever you can get them, I can do that times 30, man. What else do you need to know? What are you concerned about? Do you need me to talk to your staff about anything? Would you like to learn some of this stuff in-house? Are you concerned about what's going to happen after I leave? You know, after the contract is over, can you do this on you? Would you prefer to structure something that I can go ahead and teach it? They're going to like that because it gets you out of their business supposedly in 6 months, right? So whatever you need to do, and you're going to leave anyways. You're going to leave. But bring it in and say, hey, man, I would really like it if my brother-in-law could sit next to you and kind of learn the business so when you leave, we can continue. Hey, man, listen, I'll tell you what. Listen, now we're back negotiating now, right? So we've already closed the deal, right? And you want your brother-in-law to sit in. Now, I charge for training. I charge for coaching, right? Now, I'm charging you $1,000 a month for my service. You want your brother-in-law to sit down, man. I charge $500 an hour for coaching. But I tell you what I'm going to do, right? Old bro-in-law is going to sit down, and I'm going to teach him something, but I need $2,000 a month from you, right? And come on, Sonny. Now we're negotiating. I'm happy as shit, right? I don't really care what he wants. Bro-in-law can sit with me for any amount of money. Says, all right, Dr. Crackback, man, what's going to make you happy, man? I'm going to give you everything. I've given you everything. I've given you all I have. Can I have lunch money? I told you it's a big one for me. Are you going to even leave me with lunch money? Then they're going to laugh. Man, I tell you what, man, what do you need here? What do you need here? I was thinking more like, $1,500. Is that going to do it for you? Sign, man. You ripped me off. Somebody call the cops, man. I've been held up right here, right now. Dr. Crackback signs the paperwork. Don't laugh. You like that, right? It's serious business, man. I can't give you everything you want, right? It's easy for me to do it, and that's exactly how we'll be going through it closed. But I'm going to ask those hard questions, man, that you guys aren't going to ask. You got to dig into them, man, and say, hey, man, what's the problem here? I know you like it. You've been shaking your head for the last 45 minutes during my presentation and smiling and talking to your partner about how you can do this and that. You're only holding up because you don't want to be sold something. So sell me on something then. And that's how you turn it around. Let them sell you a little bit. Let them get involved with the deal. I told you this two classes back. Let them get involved with the deal. Let them structure it. Well, we'd rather pay $1,100 and let Bubba sit in. Well, fuck, give me $1,100 and let Bubba sit in. Tell Bubba to wash his fucking socks. You know Bubba's going to be like me and come sit down. He's the 18-year-old dude with stinky, sweaty feet, right? So you let Bubba come in for $1,100, man. Nobody leaves a deal happy, though, but we all should leave comfortable. So you already know, man, if you told him $1,000 and he wants Bubba to sit in and you told him $2,000, you already know he's going to hit you back because they've all been told to negotiate. They want to feel like they left with something. They want to feel like they won. So you structure your deal and ask those hard questions and get down to whatever it is they feel they need to win. And as long as the deal is fair, I told you I had some guy come telling me, Sonny, and he offered me $50 to get on the phone with me for an hour. Come on. We ain't even nowhere near the same ballpark. We're not even the same fucking sport at this point. Beat it. But, right? But I'm $500, right, for my coaching, right? And I said I would give you a couple of follow-up calls, and you come telling me I got $375 and a gift certificate to McDonald's. We might be able to talk. My point is that if I had to negotiate, right, from $50, nobody's going to be happy, right? I'm just going to tell them to beat it, right? Oh, yeah, we're not, no. But most of the time, people just want to feel like they won. And this is where you guys are losing the battle, okay? Because you don't realize that they want to do business with you, but they want to feel like they won. By you asking the hard questions and getting down to the nitty-gritty of what's really important to them, then you're going to give them that. Then there's no more excuses. When you catch somebody with their britches all the way down on their ankles and they have absolutely nothing, they're totally exposed, and they have no more excuses left but to do business with you, and they are the decision makers, that's it. If they just like, no, we're not interested. No. And they hard, man, if you get that hard wall, then yeah. They didn't like you from the start and they just sat down to be fucking off time with you. But if they're really interested in your services and they're really interested in doing better for themselves and they really, really like your presentation, they're going to hesitate. All of them do. Nobody's just going to be, oh my God, I love you so much. That's a dream client. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to work for it and you're going to have to ask the hard questions, man. What is it that you really want? Doctor, crack your back. Right? I'm bending over here for you all the way backwards and forwards and sideways, man. You're cracking my back just negotiating here. Boom. That's gonna gut shot him right there. I'm getting your whole services for free just trying to bend over and get this deal done. Boom. I'm hitting them all in the head with all of that kind of shit right there, right? Know your client, know what you're talking about, right? What do we have to do today? I'm not leaving here until I'm in your employ. I want to see you do well. I want to see that we're going to make this happen. Now, come on, man. Crack my back some more. What do we need? Crack it. Break me in half. Well, how about $12.50? And Bubba gets to sit in. Done. Listen, here's what they hate, right? Okay, remember, that's a tennis ball. All right, and this is a tennis racket. What? When you leave it there, they get pissed. You like that? I think that's right. It's either volley or volley. No, it's with the EY, right? You guys like that? Don't make fun of my sound. Right? That's what the tennis ball sounds like. I'm having too much fun here. Let me get back to class, all right? All right, so now, first one, $2,000. When he comes back and gives you the answers to your hard questions, what do I need, right? And he says some shit like this. Done. They hate that. Because they were expecting you to volley back and argue and negotiate and go back and forth. No, it's not what you do. This is how your boy closes, right? And he works for me every time. How I close may not work for you, but this is exactly how I look at it, okay? I sit down, I bullshit you not, I'm with Dr. Crack You Back, and I know, okay, that's my tennis ball. I'm going to go over there. This is how it's in my head, right? And when it's time to close, I don't play, man. I'm a shark now. I know exactly what I need to do, and $2,000 is my number, okay? Now, he's going to hum and haw, and you're going to feel your nuts go right up in your gut. You're going to get bubble gut. Ladies, you're going to shrivel up. Everything is just going to feel funny. Your whole body is just when, as soon as he hums and haws, he's going to send it back to you with the hard questions. He's got to do this. He wants to be involved with the negotiation. He's telling you, I am a successful businessman. I've been here before. You're not going to just sell me. This is the killer wall. This is the killer. This right here is the killer, right here. This is the, what do I need? Right there. This fucking thing right here is a bullet. It's going to kill his ass. Because when he comes with that answer, right here, whatever this is within reason, you know, 1,500 or 1,250 or even 1,000, if you're comfortable with that, whatever this is, there's no more volley. Your answer to that is done. That's how you close the deal. And they're expecting you, whatever they said in their head, they're thinking they're lowballing you, or they're thinking that they're winning with that deal. If you're comfortable with it and you've highballed them anyways, especially on your first deals, done. Reach your hand out there. Sometimes when I'm doing, my wife will see me do this in Spanish, listo pues, done, right? If in French, vendu, monsieur, vendu, done, sold, done. I do it in their language or whatever because I haven't been doing anything in English a lot, right? But whatever it is, I stick my dick beater right out there. I put my hand right out there and I vendu. It's over. I did it buying a house with my next door neighbor. You should see his face. You know, my wife even saw it. Whatever. We were volleying back and forth on the price, and he did that. I hit him back, you know. Boom. He came back with the price. I'm like, vendu. Like, fuck. And they get that feeling like, oh, man, he probably would have went down more. You see what I'm saying? You just make it to like where you want it, and you did win. You closed the deal. Here's the thing, man. Now, this class is over with, okay? This class is over with. This is real, man. This right here, if you try to say I didn't provide you any value, you're crazy, right? Because I'm giving you real shit right here, right? This is I don't ever hold anything back. I told this to somebody earlier. If I have secrets, of course, I'm just not going to tell them. I'm not going to hint about the secrets. I'm not going to fucking tell you, right? If I have a secret. But if I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you everything, right? I can't give it to you all in 20 minutes, but I'm giving you enough if you're, you know, if you're confident and you're kind of an advanced or intermediate student, you can take this and run with this. Here's the bonus. And this is what nobody ever thinks about, okay? And I said this in my class, in my group the other day. So somebody came up and the dude was like, it was such a shitty deal, man. It was Blake Tovez's deal. Jesus Christ, Blake. It was such a crappy deal. I'm going to tell everybody. Blake Tovez, the crappiest deal I've ever seen in my fucking life. But anyways, I said this jokingly, but this is what you guys forget, man. And it's the reload. You're not done. You're not done. So even if you take a shitty deal, let's just say Dr. Crackerback negotiates a $500 deal. I'm cool with that, right? Because later on, I'm going to reload his ass for everything that I wanted and more. I'm going to start producing, and then I'm going to stop producing, and he's going to notice something. He's going to notice, like, fuck, I got a nice little customer really quickly. I want to do that again. Well, Doc, remember that $1,500 you cracked my back about? Reload. You guys remember that wop 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 remix? Remember that? That shit right there? You guys want to know about the reload, the remix? Coffee break.